a lot of people talk about it being sort of dark electronic music. There's a lot of aspects to it. How would you kind of describe the music to someone who hasn't read anything or heard anything about you?
I tend not to think about it too much, so I think I'd probably just jump right to that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dark electronic
Is it
pop.
easier
Yeah, dark electronic pop
noisy
music.
guitars.
Yeah.
I'm like, and then I'll elaborate a little bit.
Yeah, easier to give them a kind of a bass line.
Yeah, I mean, those are things that people say for a reason. It just seems easier.
But when I was listening to the record, what really kind of stood out to me was the way that there's a lot of restrained melodies and harmonies throughout it, suddenly interrupted by these kind of really jagged, not in a bad way, guitar lines and things. And there's a really kind of a dichotomy between the quieter moments and that more cathartic moments. And I think it's between those 2 points that a lot of the great stuff happens in the music. When you were writing the songs and performing them, was that kind of something you were looking for, to kind of combine those two aspects of the music?
I think at first, no, but once we sort of stumbled upon that, we found something that seemed pretty strong and seemed like it was worth exploring more. And I think Dark Light was one of the first tracks that we actually...
Yeah, it was the first finished one.
Yeah, it was the first finished one. And it kind of gave us like a nice palette of sounds to work with. Mm-hmm. And we were like, we knew that we wanted to make, we wanted something that was cohesive, Yeah. So I think that once we sort of had that palette together, it was pretty easy to just draw from those.
Yeah, I think like the softness and the melodic vocals sort of, we were focusing a little bit more as we went along on textures. And so I think the softness of those mixed with that guitar, the distorted guitar and like the in-between moments were like just such a nice like change in texture.
Something that really struck me too is how well your vocals actually do combine above, sometimes the distortion and the jaggedness. You can still hear that great interplay between your voices. Now, when you first started writing and recording as Weeknight, was that automatically something that was there, or did you have to work on that a little bit?
No, it was definitely something that it was also, we experiment a lot with everything we did. And when we were working on stuff, we have our studio set up almost like a recording studio. So, it's not like a traditional band when we're just like sitting around, we're jamming on a part. We're actually tracking things as we're going through. And I think for Dark Light in particular, I tried 5 different melodies, and then we ended up ditching the original melody for just the two harmonies that were sort of surrounding the original melody, which is, I don't know, I think it was pretty interesting. And it was the same way we found the vocal sound as well.
When you started to get the ideas together for the songs that would make up Post Everything, what kind of collaboration is that? I mean, is it a 50-50, or does one person maybe have an idea and bring it to the other one? How does that kind of work between both of you?
It ends up being 50-50 because, I mean, for a lot of the original structures were like come from just me on an acoustic guitar, and she's like really great at being like, that thing you just played right there, like, don't ever do that again. That was horrible. When she thinks it's good too, it's like she's got probably the most impeccable taste of any person I know as far as music is concerned. Mm-hmm. So if she says it's good, I was pretty stoked to keep working on it. Yeah.
Was there any records or any albums that you were listening to particularly during the recording of Post Everything?
Well, we made an actual decision to listen to 90s hip hop. We were sort of venturing into new territory to work on beat making. Mm-hmm. So we kind of just made the decision that that's what we were going to focus on. Those awesome, like, head nodding, simple beats with the 808s.
Yeah.
And classic sounds.
And what we're going to do, if you're good, we're going to get you up on stage. Yeah. We're going to get a few songs played, and we're going to let everyone hear them.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you.
Let's do it.
Bye.